Alright, there we go. That should have fixed it, guys. Let me see here. Yeah, that appeared to have fixed it. Alright, guys. What's up? Sorry about all that. That was just ugh. I was fighting it for about 45 minutes trying to get it to go. I still don't have all my settings proper, but let me see. Let me get this going and I'll share it to Twitter. I was not anticipating it to take that long. Fuck Streamlabs, guys. Fuck Streamlabs. I wish there were a better alternative. Okay, let me get this shared to Twitter. To Twitter. What's up, hell? Uh, so I'm gonna talk about the Sandman series. I actually enjoyed it. I was I started watching it about 3 a.m. this morning, and yeah, I will say that it is a near perfect adaptation. The only problem I have with it is really the pointless race swaps. Like even Death was the actress was okay. She could play the character. I won't say anything bad about her, but there were some pointless race swaps in it. Like Rose Walker is a redhead, so that automatically, it's not even fucking working. Really? Oh my god. Oh god damn it. Let's see. Can you hear me? No? You can hear me, but you can't see me. Okay, well we'll go. What's up, Pelzer? So as long as guys can hear me, that's fine. I just can't tell that anything is going on my end. So if you can't hear me for some reason, just say something in the chat, and I'll cover that. But since y'all can hear me, I'll just go with it. Okay. Well, I wish I had like a tokenized bane or something to throw up there, but yeah. So anyway, since yeah, I can't even click on anything right now. So I'm gonna have to end this stream the hard way, apparently. But yeah. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So there are some pointless race swaps in it, like Rose Walker and Unity Kincaid and all that, and they're just completely pointless race swaps, right? Death, like I said yesterday, Death doesn't matter because she's a thought. She's an idea. So she changes forms. Dream even changes into a black guy in it, which he does in the comics. For appearance for somebody who knew him as that. They do skip over a lot of extra stuff that's in the book. Like there's a scene in the book where Batman, Superman, and somebody else are all talking in the dream, right? And they're talking about dreams while they're dreaming. And then there's a scene where Morpheus goes to talk to the Martian Manhunter, so they skip the Justice League stuff 100%, which is fine, and it's just kind of like side stuff anyway. They get directly to the point, so they are in the within the first season. They go through Prelude to Nocturnes, The Doll's House. Yeah, they go through the first book right here, and let's see here. Make sure where I'm at. Yeah. So, and they go through the second book. Right here. So it covers everything through this. I'll give the show an S, man. S rank. It's amazing. I mean, it's an amazing adaptation. Like, it's a near perfect adaptation. Even like Joanna Constantine, it's kind of like I mean, she's word for word with what John says in the comics. You know, it's stuff like that. I mean, it's not. They even go into her backstory a little bit, which is the same as John's backstory, and then they show her again as Lady Joanna Constantine, which is in the past, which is the actual character. But like, it's not even a bad race sex swap as far as that goes. You know, all tokenizations are not equal, like Rippa says. So, like, I'm telling you right now, as a Sandman fan who would not have accepted less, okay, less of a show, I would not have accepted less than an S rank from this show. Okay, for it to be, it had to be an amazing show. It could not be a B rank. It couldn't be a C rank show. I would not be here talking about it if it were. I would be doing a bad review on it on my other channel. This is me telling you that aside from the race swaps and the gender swaps, which I understand the Constantine one. That's the one I understand 100%, is because, you know, Neil Gaiman doesn't own John Constantine, but he does own Joanna. So he just used her. So he didn't have to pay for it again. Because every time he adapts this thing, he has to pay to use John Constantine. And I'm pretty sure he didn't want to pay Matt Ryan to be on his show. Because Matt Ryan is really the only acceptable Constantine now. And they don't say Constantine, they say Constantine, which is the, you know, original name. So it's Joanna Constantine. But yes, and anyway, you know, that's how it's supposed to be said, but everybody calls me Constantine. But so as far as the show goes, though, I mean, it's great. Great acting. The effects are awesome. Like, I mean, note for note, it is, you know, it's almost a perfect adaptation for it. The perfect adaptation is the Audible book. That's the perfect one. This is a nearly perfect one. So I'll give it an S minus. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll give it an S minus on the on a ranking here system here. 9.9 out of 10. Because I mean, it's not your typical comic book show. It's darker, but and they take away a lot of this, like I said, the superhero elements that they show up in it, like Batman, Superman, Martian Manhunter. They take them out, which it just speeds up the story. Is all it does. It makes the pacing of it better than the books are, because the books kind of jump around a little bit, like, you know, it's just kind of side stories for it. They kind of jump around. So that being said, the first half of it, for sure, is almost beat for beat with the comic. Okay, I mean, it is almost 100% on key with the comic. You know, minus filler, which is great. They cut the filler out. But yeah, I mean, I'd say give it a watch, guys. Like, I don't know what they're gonna say about it. They might hate it. They might have different reasons for hating it than I do, if they do hate it. But like, the guy who plays the Corinthian is, I mean, his casting is perfect, okay, and Morpheus is perfect. Desire, perfect. I will say Lucifer doesn't really feel like, because Lucifer was designed off of David Bowie, and they've got Gwendolyn Christie from Game of Thrones playing Lucifer. So it doesn't, her casting could have been better, but at the same time, I understand why they hired her, because she's big, she's tall, she's intimidating looking. But that being said, it doesn't matter, right? This is one character from one scene in the whole show, right? Or in the whole first season. So as far as that goes, it doesn't matter as long as they start making, if they kind of make her look like Lucifer more in the future, because she does have the hairstyle, she's got the wings. I mean, she's got everything that she needs. It's just, she doesn't really look like Lucifer. That's my only complaint about her. Her acting is on great though, as far as it goes. But what other Sandman fans will say, I don't know. I mean, they might have more of a problem with like race swaps than I do, and I don't like them. I despise a race swap, but some of them race and sex swaps I don't like tokenizations, but at the same time I can understand some of them. Like, all tokenizations are not equal. So I would say if you like the dark stories, the darker type of stories, then give it a watch. If you're a normie comic book reader, it's not for you. Like 100%, it is not for you, really. But this story was never for the normies to read or watch. But yeah, it covers the first two like graphic novels that I showed yesterday. It covers the first two of them. Preludes and Nocturnes and The Doll's House is what it covers. But like I knew for a fact, like the first episodes were going to be difficult to fuck up. It was when they get to the diner episode on episode 5. That is the episode that makes or breaks the season. And they, I mean, my God, it is great. Like, it is amazing. It's fucking dark. If you don't know the diner scene from Sandman, it's fucked up, okay? And it is dark. So, just letting that out there, be prepared for, you've been warned and you get warned at the top. Where it tells you like sex, violence, whatever, where it says all of that stuff at the top on Netflix. That's your warning for episode 5. Okay, that's the warning for episode 5. Sex, violence, self-harm, suicide. That is your warning for number 5. Yeah, I think they will. I mean, well, the thing is, Neil Gaiman is, he's a highly respected author. Yeah, the show's great. I love it, Ronan. I mean, even with the sex and gender swaps and the race swaps, they're not jarring enough to where it affects the story, right? And they're not any like very bad. I mean, there's pointless race swaps in it. I will not even sugarcoat that. There are pointless race swaps for side characters, and like Rose Walker gets race swapped. There's more. It's more than Death that gets race swapped. I mean, there is. I'm giving it an S minus on this. S rank show minus. And this is the best show I've seen in years. Okay, as far as that goes, especially one related to comic books. Like, it blows. If you like this kind of story, it blows the boys out of the water. But which, the boys had some of those useless race and sex swaps too. But they didn't impede the story too much. In fact, some of them made it better in that case. But, I mean, this is just my opinion on it, guys. I've read the comics, multiple times. and I really enjoy it. I'm not doing a full review on it. I'm not going to do spoilers on it because this is something that if you don't know, if you've never watched it, watch it, but just be aware of what you're going to see when you watch it, right? Because, like I said, the diner episode is one of the darkest stories in the entire series. And like that was the episode that I knew for a fact it was either going to be good or bad. You know, it was going to go uphill or downhill from that. Just all depending on how it worked. And pointless race swaps, you know, okay, whatever. You know, I can look past them if the story is oh, Invincible's your number one. Yeah. As far as it goes, like I would put Invincible up there with animation. But as far as a live action series, a live action adaptation goes, this one is top tier. Okay, there is very little that I would ever consider as an adaptation that is better than this. I have not seen anything that's a live action adaptation that's better than this. This is including The Dark Knight, Joker, any of the movies. This is including all of them, all the series on CW. You know, any of them. This beats them for DC. For DC, 100%. Like the Marvel movies do not compare to this. Okay, the pre-in-game movies do not compare to this. Okay, and like I said, this is just my honest opinion on it. I just wanted to let you guys know in case y'all did want to watch it. I don't have a lot to talk about today. I didn't really sleep last night. I started watching this thing at 3 a.m. last night. So, I will probably be, you know, passed out by my normal time to stream or before Friday Night Tights even gets started. I don't know yet. But, definitely, like, if you like the dark stories, the darker stories that don't have superheroes, like, these are, you know, the dark gods. And, I mean, like they're more powerful than gods, but, like, little g gods, they're more powerful than. Because even Dream says it in this. And then this is where people are going to hate it, like, critics are going to hate it, because it throws some of the Christian mythos into it, because that is what the DC cosmology is based on, is the Christian mythos of God, Lucifer, and all that. So when they're going to hell, Dream even says it. He's like, he's talking about Lucifer, and he's like, besides the creator himself, there's nobody more powerful than Lucifer. Which, you know, people are going to read that as, people, you know, critics are going to hate that shit. But that is part of the DC cosmology, right? So I love that they threw that in. Myself, it's just because I know I know the cosmology. I know the tier rankings for these characters, and like I said, there's God, Lucifer, and Michael, or the source, Lucifer and Michael, and then there's the best comic book adaptation for you is Rorschach. Are you talking about oh, you're talking about just the character of him? So I will say this: Dream and the Corinthian in this, all right, they are 100% perfectly casted. Like there is no better casting for these two in that at all. But as far as everything else goes, it's you know, like I said, they could have done different castings and kept the same story, but that's neither here nor there. You know, it just all depends on, like, if you hate this show and you're a fan of Sandman, it is you're nitpicking it, right? Other than like I said, other than race swaps and sex swaps and gender swaps. And I get it. I don't want to pay. I wouldn't want to pay for John Constantine either. I wouldn't want to pay for Matt Ryan to be Constantine again. Not really. He's great as Constantine, but I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't want to pay for him to be it in another series, right? Uh, Everything else is like even Joanna. Joanna's great. Like I like the character of Joanna Constantine, um, or Constantine, I should say. Like she's all right. Yeah. Um, like I don't really have a favorite because like I said, these two they're up there for me. Like the Corinthian and Dream, both of those are up there for me because these are two characters that you couldn't really do the Corinthian 10 or 15 years ago and made him look like the Corinthian because if you know the character, he's a nightmare. Is basically what he is, and he has teeth for eyes. So like human teeth for eyes. So 10 or 15 years ago, the CGI wasn't there to make it look good. Now it looks great. I mean, the CGI on this is on point too. Like I love it. Like it blows everything on the Disney side out of the water. Like it's fucking great. Like I mean everything, especially She-Hulk, it blows that out of the water. Like oh my god, it's great, guys. I cannot express just how great this is, and you will not hear me say this very often about any kind of adaptation. You just won't. Yeah, I mean, if you like I said, if you like dark stories, this is one of them. Just be warned about episode 5, cause if you're not ready for it, like I was ready for it. I knew it was coming, and like that was the episode I was going to judge most of the series on was this one episode. Because if they didn't do this right, then the rest of the show would fall flat as far as that goes. And then they did. I mean, it was great as far as it goes. So yeah, I just like I said, just wanted to come on here and talk about that. I do have a. I'm gonna go over a theory that popped up in the Discord server tomorrow. Since my stuff is not working properly, I'll go over that tomorrow. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk about that for a little bit because I'm tired, guys. I've been up since 3 a.m. watching that. Both, um, like both. So context: if you don't know the diner scene from the Sandman, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but the story is 40 years old. So basically, if you know the character of Doctor Destiny in DC Comics, he's a character who, if you probably seen him in Justice League, in the Justice League cartoon, but okay. So how dark are we talking? We're talking a whole uh, room full of people who all know each other, who are all friends, butchering themselves. Okay, because of one guy who just happened to stroll into the bar. Okay, over hours. Like if you want to, like the audio book version of it is better. Is better than the series version, the live action series version, but it's still there. Like, as far as that goes, it's just fucking dark. guys. I just I would show y'all a scene from the comic if I could get my camera working. I may do another one where I'll just show it to you. But yeah, like so they skipped the Justice League scene and the Martian Manhunter scene for sure. Uh, but yeah, it's basically the story takes place over 24 hours in the diner, and that's kind of how it goes. And it's like super, I mean, super dark. The comics are the worst version of it. They're the, I mean, the better version of it, but uh, it is twisted. Like, just, I mean, just yeah. I mean, you've seen worse if you've seen like Saw and shit like that, but it's just like the one of the darker scenes in the comics is how it went. Like that's the best way I can describe it. It's just fucking it's fucked up. So because it is so fucked up, and it's all because one guy has one of Dream's items, and he can do that. But yeah, like I said, I give it S plus rank. 9.9 out of 10, and that's with the race swaps and sex swaps. So like I said, if they turn Desire into a good character because of politics, they would ruin the show. But Desire is just as twisted as ever. So Desire is Desire. Despair, they could have done a better job on the like makeup and stuff to make it look like Desire, but they just hired a fat chick to be Desire. That looks sad instead of like the monster that Desire is. So that is that kind of thing. I don't really know how to like. They could have done better with Desire, but not Desire, Despair. They could have done better with Despair, but it's all whatever. I don't care. Um, Despair is not important to this arc, but I'm kind of glad that they kind of did what they did with Despair, honestly, because yeah, I don't want to see Despair naked. Uh, and then yeah, I mean, just Desire is Desire. Desire's super fucked up, so and that's really the best way I can put it. Hell yeah, 200 subs over the weekend. That would be great. To hit 200 before the weekend's up. That would be amazing. Like we hit 180. 180. What one is it? Is that what it was? Last time I checked. Yeah, 181. We have hit 181. Um, so 183 this morning. It's 181 now. So I don't know. It could be YouTube fuckery though. Um, I noticed like a couple of them dropped off. Yeah, oh, yeah, a couple of them dropped off when I was about to hit 170, and then I got them back the next day. So that was some YouTube fuckery. Um, but yeah, I mean, as far as it goes, it's great, and y'all you will never hear me praise another adaptation like this one, unless it's like the Rippaverse one or something like that. Because I have a feeling that the Rippaverse one will be comparable, definitely to this if we get an adaptation of any of that in the future. So don't expect me to do any reviews or anything like that, or I'm not going to shit on it more than I have in this video, and that's just purely for the pointless race swaps. Like even Joanna Constantine, I understand Joanna Constantine. That's the one that I do understand 100%, and because I would not want to pay for John Constantine to be in this and then pay an actor to play him, you know, because then people will be comparing that character to Matt Ryan's if you don't hire Matt Ryan. All right, so I get it, I completely get not wanting to do that, but at the same time, yes, Joanna Constantine, she's a posh Constantine. I mean, basically, she don't look like she's been through hell. She dresses fancier than John does. That's about the only difference, right? Is in their personality. Is she's like posh, so she's upper class, where John is like lower class. But yeah, whatever. Shit. Mm. But yeah, I said this is not gonna be that long of a video because one, I can't time it. Two, I'm not sure if I can even end it without like restarting the computer or something. So if it ends abruptly, you know why. It's like everything on Streamlabs is frozen right now. My timer, everything. It's bad, guys. It's real bad. Um, but at least my sound is working. I can at least give it that. So yes, as far as it goes though, if you like the Sandman series, it's a decent watch. If you like dark stories, dark comic book stories, it's a good watch. Not gonna I'm not gonna hate on it just because of slight annoyances with the casting, but especially when they do adapt it, really really well. So yeah, this is why I don't do reviews, guys. This is why I don't do reviews. um, but anyway, I'm gonna take off because I'm exhausted, and I gotta go wake up or I'm gonna pass out. So I'm gonna go run a little bit and try to wake up. Try to wake up some, and I'll be around for Friday Night Tights. I'll be in the chat. Yeah, yeah. I watched the entire first season. I've been up since 3 o'clock watching it. Okay. Yep. Later, guys, and we will. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon sometime. I don't know exactly what time yet, but I'll be around sometime, and I'll get this fixed before I even schedule it because I wasn't expecting this to be a pain in the ass. Um, and we will talk about the theory that somebody posted. I think it was Toxic Avenger posted in the Discord, and anything else we can come up with. All right, guys. Uh, that's it for it. Rock out. Peace out. Ah, fuck, I can't end it. Okay. Yeah, hold on. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Boomer ending.